Hello, Final Fantasy Randomizer community. This is Groggy Dog. I am back in here with Luffy. We are so excited to be common week 2 of the Duck Derby. Luffy, how you doing?
I am doing fantastic, Groggy. Enjoying this snowy Sunday on the East Coast over here and getting ready to watch some great FFR with our newer players.
Yes, happy to be warm and inside and watching Final Fantasy Randomizer. All right, so can you tell us a little bit about what we've got going tonight? What's looking for the seed?
Yeah, so let's talk a little bit about what we got going on. So we got some fun stuff here. Week 2, so things get a little more complicated than they do in the basic week 1. We're going to have treasure hunt tonight. So we're going to be seeking out shards, 24 of them. We took all the orbs, we broke them into pieces, we threw them in treasure chests, and we got to find them. Scaling, not too bad. 50 to 150% on the boss stats and 60 to 190% on the HP. So a little bit of a difference. They might roll up in the HP, but they're going to be kind of glass cannon-y with their actual stats. Incentive locations look pretty good. We got Ice Ordeals, Canaria, and Cardia as well, our vanilla. And then we have Earth Cave, Sea Shrine, and Sky, random location in there. I mean, we're going to be opening chests anyway, so really no big deal. Nothing really to talk about in the overworld. The big one here, well, two big ones we're going to talk about. Maps. So we have shuffled entrances. So you might walk into Matoya's Cave and you might find a volcano. We're going to have to find out when we get there. So we're going to have to seek out Temple of Fiends, and we're going to have to seek out some of these incentive locations, but they will be out there. The other one we'll talk about, and we'll get to some of these other things as we're talking. Forced Ninja tonight. So you guys are going to have to learn how to play with the Ninja, but it's going to be all right, because we got some blessings on there that are pretty good. They got the better AGL on the Ninja, so should be nice. Plus the lockpicking. Can't count that at all.
Yeah, absolutely. Love a good treasure hunt, love a good entrance shuffle. Stakes always rising in the Duck Derby. And since it is an entrance shuffle, big shout out to our tracker tonight, DBS, and also our restreamer, Dark Moon. Going to be putting in extra work for sure. So it should be fun. I think it's always interesting to see, how ducks respond to something like this. Entrance shuffle, I think, is really a big hurdle for first-time ducks in terms of, okay, I figured out how this game works, and now I'm going to throw all of that away and see how I adapt to something completely different. And they've been practicing for sure, but the stress of competition sometimes wipes all of that away. And so we'll see how these go. We've got a pretty good range of experience, I think, represented here on stream. Happy to see the old Mog sprites I made back on Hate 13's screen. That makes me very happy. We've got just about a minute till countdown. Or till the gates are released for these racers. What have we got in terms of class blushing tonight, Luffy?
So let's talk a little bit about that. So the ninja that we're forced with is going to get plus defense sword and plus black shirt. So kind of like, that's fine, whatever. But the defense sword is going to be kind of nice, I guess, if we have to find it. Nobody's taking a fighter, but they did get plus 30 HP and plus 20 hit percent, so yada yada yada. So we'll just talk about the mages, because that seems to be what we have here. Pretty much looks like we have black mage and white mage on stream only, which makes a lot of sense when you look at the white mage and the black mage's blessings. So white mage plus ninja spells and plus 10 luck, so that's pretty good. You get access to all of level 1 through 4 black magic on the white mage, so makes them pretty useful. And the black mage, I mean, he's just pretty strong. He gets black wizard spells, so you're not even going to need to promote. But the caveat here, you're not promoting anyway, because the tail is removed.
Yeah. All right, and off to the races we go. Let's see what kind of goodies Canaria is going to give us. All right, in the white magic shop, we're going to see Cure 4 in a pretty generous spot. We also see Temper in black magic. No sweeper spells in terms of black magic, so that might make things a little bit tougher to start. Cure 4 in the first slot is a nice bonus. That's going to be available to red mages as well. Not that we see any.
Yeah. So Rub will do the job against Garland.
Yeah.
It'll be fine. And I think I saw a stun or stop out there, which will also be fine. But Temper's a good thing to see. You like seeing that pretty early.
Yeah, absolutely. Heal 2 in the 2 slot for white mage is not bad either. So I think we've got plenty of tools. Certainly more than enough to start the game off with. Darkmoon saying in chat, I grabbed Rub and Stun on the black mage. Yeah, absolutely agree.
Yeah.
Gonna be hoping for the sweeper spell and Provoca at the least. But it looks like we've got, first things first, one of the Cardia Treasure Islands, as we see up in Hate 13 screen. And there's going to be the crystal right there. And an Aegis Shield -2, and then we got a shard as well. So decent amount of money, some nice things. including a good shield for the knight that no one's using. So that's gonna be some shot fodder, I have to imagine.
Yeah, some vendor trash there, but early money's going to be good. House rolled pretty good, 1,300. That's not too bad. Early 10s and pures are good too, and softs you're always going to find a Canaria. They're a little expensive, but that Aegis shield should get us what we need.
Yeah, absolutely. And with 10 set 18, can't complain too much. You'll be able to do some save and RNG manipulation on the overworld, which I think will be important. You know, if we can find a good run and then try and figure out, okay, like what exactly is going to be happening, that'll come in handy.
Mm-hmm. Silver Swords +2, pretty good there for, you know, the early to mid game. You can take that into Temple of Fiends if we don't find a better weapon. But real quick, we'll talk about some of the incentive gear we're going to find tonight. So we are going to find an incentive power bonk and the incentive defense sword that the ninja is going to get access to, and we're going to find a katana, provided that we do all the turn-ins and seek out all the NPCs that we're going to need to, or look in the dungeons. So yeah, that's pretty good. I think that was, what was that? It was Ordeals there at the Temple of Fiends. That was pretty quick on Hate's side. Elflin. Thank you, DVS. Appreciate it. So, question in chat from the Oddest Duck. Why is this called the Duck Derby? So, Duck Derby is kind of a cute little way that we affectionately talk about our newer players here that are kind of getting into the game. It's a nice way to, you know, quote unquote, get your feet wet and start playing the randomizer, kind of learn what it's all about. So, we've affectionately called the newer players Ducks. I was one myself, as was Groggy, DVS, everybody at one point. So, that's kind of why.
Yeah, it is a great opportunity to get to learn everything that the randomizer has to throw at you in sort of an organized manner that is meant to build you up from nothing to, you know, being a genuinely adequate tournament runner. And we've seen so far early weapons, Vorpal +5 there, and the Matoya going into one of the Cardio Treasure Islands. That is equipable by the Ninja. That is going to be a super, super good weapon to have this early. That is essentially an end game weapon that you're getting at the start.
Yeah, 100%. And we got a Bane Sword there as well, which is going to be some free poison AoE, which is nice.
Yeah, I haven't seen what's in the magic shops at Provoca. I missed that on, I think, Sisyphus' screen. But the Bane Sword, you can see chewing through those pirates. Bicky gonna give us the Piccolo on Sisyphus' screen. That is the sort of randomizer's version of random instrument. So that is the loot that you need to access the end of the game. In this case, going to be Piccolo in the sea. There it is on the Hate 13 screen as well.
That is
taking a look at. Oh, there we go. There's a sweeper. Fire 3 in the Provoca Black Mage shop, as well as Quad X.
Yeah, Quad X, a great spell. It is a power word. Anything less than 300 HP that does not resist death will die to it.
And we're seeing Cure 3 and Invis 2. So we are already pretty stacked in terms of spells that we want to see. Missing Fade, Nuke, a life spell, and maybe Fast. But outside of that, we're feeling pretty good about the array of spells in front of us. Yeah, as Dark Moon saying, thanks for mathing that one out, Dark Moon. Gonna be looking for a Katana +2 to be any better than the Vorpal +5. I guess we're not running. No Red Wizard's gonna be running. I don't think they can equip Vorpal anyways. So if Katana rolls up, then we're just gonna sell that Vorpal +5, or if you're really feeling it, you might run that anyways and hope for the good crit chance. But
yeah, for sure. I think the Red Wizard can equip the Vorpal if they promote, but we're not going to be seeing that anyway because we do not have a tail. So either way, it's the Ninja or bust. As there's Ordeals right there at the Dwarf location.
And there we go. All right. Let's see what kind of monsters we got waiting for us. Obviously don't have Warp yet, so we're not going to be able to sort of easily navigate the towers here. This is going to be shuffled. We're going to see what's in this chest and on this spike tile. It's going to get Rock Galls.
That's pretty good, actually. If they're not too high on the HP, and if we can find Fade or Nuke somewhere, that's kind of a free tile, not too far in.
Worth noting on Sir Tobalot's screen, gold +3 bracelets rolling there in Provoca. They're a little too expensive for right now, but that is going to be something we're going to look to use towards the endgame. That'll be perfectly adequate endgame armor for our mages.
Oh yeah, for sure.
The rock gall's hot. That's right, Darkmoon. Hot, hot, hot.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit scary. This is, I would say, a little bit lower than you really want to be going into ordeals, and so I think all of these runners are going to be clenching a little bit, trying to make their way through with, a fire spell that is going to work against some of the enemies. You're going to see the Medusas, you're going to see the zombies, so and the mummies and the whiz mummies, and so you've got plenty of enemies that are going to get hit by fire, and that's nice, but it may not be enough with just one caster being able to throw that out at a low level. Probably not going to have enough charges to do it too much, so we're hoping for a little bit of luck. Now, Sisyphus already hitting level 8, that is certainly a good place to be. Unfortunately, you don't get those charges as you level, you're only going to get them when you save in an inn or a house.
Right, and taking the rock goals, I think they had somewhere between 120 and 150 HP, so not too much beef on those goals, and a solid 10k XP, and gets that ninja all the way up to level 13, so hopefully he can keep those levels.
And if I were Hay, I would have walked it out. I think he got that teleport back to the start. I would have just walked out and saved, because you've got a ninja at level 13, and no harm in backing out after that.
Yeah, I mean, the plus AGL buff on this ninja is going to make him pretty dodgy when it comes to the enemies here, but I mean, still, you can run into something nasty. That would have been what I would have done as well, but we'll see how it pays off.
Yeah. And yeah, I think I agree with Shumbobby in chat. Extended open progression is on. We do not have to do ordeals right now. Clearly, Sisyphus is getting pretty close to coming out the other side of this just fine. But I think I would generally agree. Skip it for now. We're seeing we're
gonna want to go here though. Seeing the canoe.
Yeah. That gives you a few more options for getting around with extended open progression. It looks like we saw Volcano over on Sir Tobalot's screen, but I'm not sure where he was.
I think that was Northwest Castle.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it was Northwest Castle, yeah.
Yeah, and listen, Sisyphus, kind of going against all odds, does make it through ordeals in one piece with the canoe on the other side. That is a big play at a low level, so that's got to be feeling pretty good for Sisyphus right now.
Yep. And Hay did take a death there, so he lost the levels on that ninja, but he's already back up to level 7 or 8 right now, and he's got 2 party members up again, so that feels pretty good.
It's still early times. We're less than 10 minutes into the race. Everything that happens now is redoable. It is not necessarily going to win or lose you the race, unless you make a bunch of big plays back to back to back. Sisyphus checking out the magic in Elfland. There's our nuke, and there's our fast. This is... I thought this was a Dark Moon seed. I've been led astray, because a Dark Moon seed wouldn't be this nice this early. We must have something real nasty waiting for us later down the line.
Yeah, I mean, getting that Vorpal early with the melee swinger, fast, nuke, temper, cure 4. All we're missing is a life spell, but I mean, this is great. And there's Fade.
There it is. There's Fade, and in life too. Now let's see here. Let's see here. I believe is the 4 slot there is White Wizard. Is that right?
I think White Mage has access to all levels 1 through 4 in all slots. With that.
No, I'm thinking Red Mage.
Yeah.
That's what I get for being out of the game. There's heal 3 in life as well at 4. Is there anything we haven't seen? I mean, like Fog 2, you might want to use.
Sure. I mean, Brack would be a spell there. Like, see, Saber even right there for the ninja is great, even though we're going to get a power bonk. If you don't want to track it down, that's great. So this is some really good. Brack is the only thing I can think of that we're missing that would be really nice to have.
Yeah, but even that with the Vorpal +5 and fast and temper, Brack is optional when you can just punch something to death instead. Yeah. Or whack it to death, I suppose. Got some decent armor in Elfland as well, so that steel +5 helmet. Not going to be usable. No, that is usable by the ninja.
And hey, I think he got through, and he's going back to see what he can do with these rock goals. because he looks like he's got some levels on there, so I think he did make it through.
Yeah, unfortunately, that Fire 3 not an ideal spell to be using against those, but I mean, not a whole lot else you can do right now, not knowing that Fade and Nuke are going to be the next town over.
Yeah, he's going to see those and be a little aggravated, I think, but this is still fine.
Yeah, but Estolia up there in the top left has retrieved the canoe, makes it out with the ninja down, the black mage and the white mage still up. Well done, Estolia. She's going to move on and go check out the bottom half of the inner sea and see what Elfin's got waiting for her. I see a marsh cave approach down on Sisyphus' screen in the bottom right. Sisyphus has sort of a tentative lead right now, I think just in terms of having done the most. That Bicky sprite, very nice. And we see Northwest Castle right there.
Yeah, so it looks like we're going to be taking our river system over to Crescent Lake, Volcano, and Ice Cave entrance.
Yeah, absolutely. So that canoe, very important right now.
Yeah, canoe is definitely our progression, and we'll probably find the ship in one of these locations here. Maybe the floater if we're lucky, but we'll see.
Boy, fingers crossed. Let's let the ducks enjoy this game. Keep playing it. Don't want to scare them off too early. All right, let's see if anything good is coming our way in Crescent Lake. I see a house. You've got enough money to buy a few for sure, but it looks like Sisyphus is just gonna kind of check. All right, there's copper +5s. I believe we got 1 or 2 of those in Ordeal, so may not need to buy any. In terms of white magic, not much. In terms of black magic, there's lock 2. That is probably a good spell for. Okay, I think I might have saved the money on that for now, but I'm gonna want it towards the end.
Yeah, I mean, if you're looking to make this a one-stop shop, then that's fine. But I mean, I probably would have hung off for a little bit too. It's a really quick stop back here when you get your floater.
Yeah, it looks like the sages there are going to give us canal, so we're either, just like you said, still waiting for that ship or waiting for a floater.
Yeah, so we're going to have some kind of progression either in Volcano entrance or perhaps in Ice Cave entrance. And I'm not sure if... okay, so Darren Dryce in chat saying Elf Castle is Cardia 3 chest, so there was some Elf Castle checks, so that's fine. There's nothing there.
The perils of watching Forerunners at once.
I know, it can get a lot. So shout out to DVS for being our tracker tonight, tracking all 4 screens. We're going to do what we can to kind of help you out too, buddy.
Yeah.
You're doing the Lord's work tonight, that's for sure.
Not an easy job.
Yeah, there's Estolia showing that Cardia treasure. Okay.
Yeah, cool. There's where that big money came from. 12,000 gil waiting for you in that chest. Sir Tobalot still working on Ordeals in the bottom left. Ooh, yeah, run away from that guard sentry.
Yeah, he's gonna like what he sees when he gets through here and gets that canoe, but he's gonna be a little aggravated, that took him so long, but it's still fine. It's very, very early here. Oh, Peds with ice too, that's gross.
Missed that Thor hammer there in bottom left Ordeals as well. Would have been nice if we didn't have Fade or Nuke coming up so fast, but not a bad, early game sweeper if you need it.
It's fine. It's something that in a pinch, say you run out of magic charges, 7 layers deep in a dungeon. I mean, it can do something for you. Okay, so here's Grandpa. He's gonna have something for us.
Tell me something good. There's the ship.
All right, pop quiz, Groggy. I know you've been out of the game a little while. Where is the ship going to spawn here if you find it at Ice Cave?
At Ice Cave, it should spawn in Provoca, right?
That's right, indeed, sir. Thank you.
If you get it in Volcano, it's going to show up Elf Duck, is that right?
Yep. It's really strange there. They're not
the north-south split is weird.
Yeah. And hey, shout out to my co-op partner in chat saying Ice Cave to Provoca as well. How you doing, Shroom Bobby?
Yeah, I mean, this is actually a really good point. That's one of those kind of deep lore things, right? You don't even think you need to know that until you need to know that, and then you spend 3 minutes going the wrong direction trying to figure out where the heck the ship is. And luckily, like, tents are cheap. You're high enough level, you can kill anything that's going to be on the overworld around here anyways.
Right. Yeah.
It's a minor annoyance, if anything. But it's one of those things that can really tilt you a little bit. Like, this is not a thing I knew that I needed to know.
Yeah, exactly. It can be a little frustrating, a little confusing, especially when something that's so close together, spawns so far apart.
Yeah, pretty generous routing here too, getting the canal from the sages and then hitting up Ice King for the ship. It's really giving a direct through line to go to Provoca.
Mm-hmm.
And then just head out. Ooh, black shirt +4 there in Volcano Armory. Missed that earlier.
Yeah, that's gonna be decent magic right there for the ninja. He can wear that.
Is Volcano Titans?
Volcano is Volcano is Northwest Castle.
Northwest Castle.
Mm-hmm.
Is it?
Yeah.
I trust our tracker more than I trust myself.
I do too.
Oh no, yeah. Okay, there we go. Volcano Titans East. There we go. Marsh is Northwest Castle. That's right. No crown yet, so can't do too much with Northwest Castle.
It's totally I'm gonna say that. Sorry.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, that's the whole challenge is entrance shuffle, right? It's like you either keep really good notes or you really trust your memory. And I don't trust my memory a lick, so I keep as good notes as I possibly can.
Right.
Is Tolia not too far behind, picking up the ship? I think Tolia's done a really good job of just like gunning it and doing some direct routing, since taking a little bit longer in ordeals. She's not far behind Sisyphus in terms of picking up the ship and the canal and getting out of here. Yeah.
And this is gonna be pretty good here. I'm gonna see which way she goes, because I'm hoping that our ducks are paying attention.
Sisyphus running out of tents on the overworld. Should be fine though. I think there's a few houses. Gonna check the Titan's east entrance, and it is Temple of Fiends.
Perfect.
Garland, can't imagine gonna put up too much of a fight at this point. Gonna take 246 damage from that Vorpal +5 and go right down. Meager XP as we pick up Sarah. Can't teleport back at this point. We're gonna look at some items. We do have a few chests to check.
Hate, and Volcano here in the armory found a pretty good tile here in the 6 water tile. They can hit hard, but it's definitely a good find. It's a chunk of XP here.
Yeah, especially with that black +4, it's just like a little bit more firepower. Doing a 2-man grind right now is going to pay dividends later. But let's talk about this real quick. So we have some strategy to consider here. One of the things that we're going to get as part of the shard hunt is, since we're not really concerned with orbs, I believe it's every 8 shards gives us a 12.5% boost to XP. That's tricky, because obviously you want to wait to do a grind until you have the best XP bonus possible, amassing these key items, but also it can take a while to get 8 shards early in the game. And so I think it's good for Hate to sort of Dan the Black Mage and stick to the White Mage and the Thief right now and really just get those levels. Because then, if you need to grind up higher, I think later when you get to the actual Temple of Fiends Revisited, you'll be stacked by the time you get there. But getting a ninja to 21 is going to take care of most of the things before that.
Yeah, it's going to solve quite a bit of problems here. As Hate, another 10,000 XP, level 18. He's going to walk this out. That's a smart move.
Yeah, keep that. Ace Tolia, again, not too far behind, taking out Garland. Doing very similar routing to Sisyphus here. Sisyphus going to take us over to... I wonder where they're going to go next.
We have Northern Docks on, so
we can go to Onrak.
Yep, we can go to Ordeals proper if we want. We have the canoe. We can park at the river system. We do not have a chime to get into Mirage, so far.
Yeah, I think at this point the dual waterfall on rack check is a good one. We haven't seen the shop item that I recall. Gonna go ahead and prove me wrong though and go check Ordeals and then maybe head west after that.
Yeah, I like the Ordeals play. I love checking it when I have the canoe and I'm able to park right there and not have to walk with the airship. It's a fast little check.
Sure, and there's our second fiend dungeon. Gonna do a few chest checks here, I imagine. Pick up that jewel, some money, maybe if they are lucky, some items, and then head out.
Yeah,
Don't think you want to take on Tiamat just yet.
Probably not. I mean, you got a Bane Sword and a Dream. You got Nuke, Fade, Temper. I mean, it's not impossible, but it's not the greatest idea either.
Yeah. Worth noting, up in the upper right, hate doing something that I only just learned about today, which is the level 15 lockpicking on the thief. So as soon as that thief hits level 15, it can go into any locked room, and that is going to include the 3 chests and 2 different spike tiles here in Northwest Castle.
Yeah, and Gurmeduses, that's a heck of a find right there.
Yeah, and was that 2 jewels?
Yep, 2 jewels, so that's pretty good.
Just getting some work done as well, starting to build up those levels. Definitely has the edge in terms of progression, but not in terms of experience. Going a little bit far. Oh no, I assume I'm just going to check this room. We haven't seen exit or warp that I recall.
We have not yet. The incentive location is random here in this dungeon, so he could get lucky and pull the item out of these 10 treasure chests here. If not, we're going to be queue blocked and have to move on.
Yeah, if it is randomized, then I think this is a good play. Sticking in here and just gutting it out. I think Sisyphus really pushing it in terms of, like how low can you go? What is the minimum viable party that I need to do any given thing in the game? That's a really hard question to answer, even for veterans. I'm always really overestimating what I actually need to do something, and I think that is a really good skill to cultivate early, because it'll pay dividends later on. When I think of like some of the really great runners, it's people who are always going into things earlier than I thought you could. Those cure 4 Gurmeduses.
Wow.
Nice too.
And they have hold as well. Yeah, this is
that would be a hard pass. Oh, there's the herb on sale for 6,200 and on rack.
Okay, that's gonna probably lead to some form of progression. We have seen Elfling Castle at Temple Fiend, so we're gonna have to get something there useful.
Yeah. And I think from where Estolia is, that's not a bad ship. One thing I'll be curious if the Ducks know. I mean, but at this point, like the Ducks have known, hey, go to Provoker for the ship, so they've gotten that jewel in their heads. I always like to see if Ducks are aware that you can sort of park on the other side of Matoya's and skip the longer ship journey.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite little tricks that I learned is that river system parking. I've done that several times and just walked myself to Temple of Fiends and floorless seat if I could.
Yeah.
If I can
hey.
Castle, nice.
All right, Tolia. Yeah, good. Gonna get a TNT from the king. And who are we gonna get from Sarah? We're gonna get the power +1. So there's your bonk for the ninja. That is gonna be a self-cast saber. That is gonna buff up the ninja's hit as they go.
I don't think Estolia has the levels right here to check the Canaria lock, though, which would be another key item, so...
Yeah, I think she is just short. Sisyphus navigating his way back through the second ordeals level, I believe, trying to get out.
Yeah, Fire 3, Vorpal, Fade, Nuke. I mean, that thing's just in the way right here.
Yeah, even at low levels, this is a pretty experience-rich area, as long as you've got some halfway decent sweepers and there's nothing going terribly bad. Want to avoid that blue dragon for sure. I think that's just going to be a waste of resources. But, some of those other kills, the vampires, the chimeras, good XP for the effort you're going to expend actually killing them. And sure enough, going to make it all the way out. Save, please, Sisyphus. You're killing me.
Oh boy.
Just in case.
Yeah, that's something that I learned early on as well, is to save after you do everything, because once you take a death here and you lose 3 to 5 minutes of some kind of progression, it's over, boy.
Yeah, there we go. There's the save.
Okay.
Yeah, listen, all it takes is one misstep to get a parking spot named after you. I would know.
Estolia and Sisyphus with the high five there in the river system by Onrak. Not something you see very often.
Yeah, especially in entrance shuffle where you can kind of... You tend to have a lot more options and there's a number of things that you can do. Sir Tobalot finding the Fiend Dungeon as well. I'm going to do some chest checks wisely. As soon as we get a chance, I think we can start trying to look at shard counts. I know DVS has got his hands full trying to track everything going on in shards, so we'll see if we can keep it next time these runners opens their menu. There's 2 for Ace Tolia, so that's dead on. DVS, way to go. All right, and we see here. Hey, it looks like maybe going back up to grind. Wants revenge on those Gerbaduces? I think that's what's about to go happen.
He's got nuke fade and everything now because he's been to Elfland, so this is fine. But I mean, again, to your point earlier, I mean, you want to get your levels and you want to, do your thing. But this is kind of a little early to be just like taking a grind. But we'll see how it works out for him.
Yeah, I think if it would be one thing if you didn't have the weapon that you have and the ninja. Now, obviously, the big thing you're missing right now is a tank, and so it's worthwhile to get health up and just make sure. Okay, like I would love to be able to reasonably survive. Things that come my way so I don't immediately die. So that may be what he is trying to achieve here. And we're going to get Sisyphus going to the Canaria Castle and checking the locked incentive location. So that's going to be the bottom. Now, we have not been to Gaia because we do not have the airship.
Yeah, there is no river dock here to park at to get to Gaia and the mountain pass. So we are going to need that airship. That bottle is locked.
So at this point, what do we have that we can still do? We can go check out the Sky Temple.
We could. Do we have the chime yet, actually? Let me take a look at our...
I don't think we have the chime, no.
Let's see. We haven't seen dwarves. We haven't done the herb turn-in. We haven't seen Matoya, so we don't have that turn-in. We have the crystal when we find her somewhere, hopefully. So herb, I think, will lead to some kind of progression here based off of what I'm seeing from the notes from DVS here.
Yeah, it looks like that may be exactly where Solia is going right now. Going to get a few items here in Canary and head up to Canary Castle, which I believe is Elf Castle, right?
Yep, that is correct.
That's the one. So let's see what answers await us on his toilet screen in the next few seconds. Yeah, there we go. Going up the top exit. Gonna save. Wise choice. Going left.
What was Temple of Fiend?
Temple of Fiend is Elfland Castle.
Oh, okay, yep. Okay, yeah, Canaria, Cardian Sav, yep, got it. Paid going back to get himself some more rock golds. He likes those better than the Germaduces. And let's see. Survey says herb is floater. Cube. Oh, I mean, okay.
So we've got 2 options. We can go check out, no, I guess we just have the one option because we don't have the chime. Yeah, so it is just going to be heading back to Ordeals and saying hello to Sky, I think. Anything else that we missed? I don't think so. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I don't think so. I'm looking here. We can't get the Titans West or Sarda. Earth Cave is tight. So, I mean, we have no loose ruby laying about to go through a Titan wormhole. We don't have a chime, so we can't get into...
Yeah, and it would be one thing. Volcano is the only fiend dungeon that is not incentivized. So
right.
We know where Volcano is. We can go in it. We could kill Carrie, but it's not going to do much for us at this point. So yeah, it gives you 2 jewels. It's not necessarily worth it to go out of your way at this point. So yeah, I think it's going to be Sky, and Estolia has made that decision much faster than we did. So I think that is sort of the meme in the community, right? Sky.
For sure.
Listen, it's advice because it's good advice. We hear it all the time because it works enough that people haven't stopped saying it.
Yeah, man, we haven't found the incentive location out of here yet, I don't think. So there's going to be something up there on the top floor. It's probably, at this point, the floater, based off of what we have left that we can do. So that's fine. We're going to need that.
Yeah, we're seeing a Solia going at level 11, and that is awfully scary. But thanks to a decent number of sweepers, this is still very doable. I think the trick is going to be, if you find the incentive, can you walk it out? Because... Right. You're probably not going to be beating Tiamat at this point. I mean, listen, we've looked at the numbers. Boss health is only up, like 106% on average, and they're rolling down a little bit overall. in terms of other stats. It's only their HP that's scaled up. So it's not the end of the world, but still, even with what you've got, I would be nervous to take on Tiamat this early. So without exit, you're kind of just looking to walk it back. Thanks for the Prime sub, Fish13.
Yeah, thank you.
It doesn't go to us. All right, that's for our RPG limit break. But thanks anyway.
Hate level 24 now on that ninja. So Hate's got the level advantage, although Sisyphus not too bad either. I think somewhere in the mid-teens. But these rock goals are getting crits through onto this ninja, which is a little scary.
Yeah, we were talking before the broadcast about how, like, it's worthwhile to know, okay, what are the breakpoints? Like, what level do I think I'm going to need to be going into Temple of Fiends? And it's possible that, Hate has been doing his homework and feels like, I really want to get this leveling out of the way early because I know I'm going to need it later. And I would just like to not have to do this twice. I just want to do this now, and then everything else will go faster. We will see if that pays out. That I think that is a viable strategy, but it is going to be, without the knowledge of what exactly we're going to need in order to take out, some of these later fiends, and then go into the Temple of Fiends Revisited. It's dicey, but you can't deny it's going to have a very strong ninja going through these later dungeons, and if he can pick up the cube in a reasonable amount of time. He's going to be looking very good, and to just, knock out Sky in one.
Yeah. Yeah, Phoenix in chat saying, you find your grind, you take it. I can hear Lord Fizzlebeef and, Gregory Puff saying, find your grind, take your grind. So I can't argue with that at all. It's just with it being so early and with having so few shards, it's something I'm not sure I would do, but I'm not racing, so it is not my decision to make.
Yeah, it's hard. It is hard to argue with 10,000 experience per kill. So
yep,
I get it. That is the siren song of 5 digits.
Yeah, anytime you see 10,000 in a single fight, let alone getting a level every single fight, I mean, you can't argue with that.
Sisyphus slightly ahead of Astolia here in terms of checking out Sky. A lot of jewels, as you can see, so there's some pretty good progression. Yeah, all in that one room there. Not bad at all. Sisyphus checked the right side first, didn't find much. Going to check the left side shortly after Astolia and make their way to the next floor. I think it'll be interesting to see, without warp, if runners choose to sort of do the skip routing. It looks like Sisyphus is going to go ahead and take the spider room just as is and do both sides. Totally valid strategy to just skip this room, go to the next floor, which has better chest density, and then only come back here if you need to. Again, finding a jewel, a house, useful things, not what we're looking for. See, is it going to be the vanilla spot? Nope, that's going to be a silver +1 bracelet. Might be useful, I think. Well, no, we're looking at copper +5s, which are going to be better as it is. There's an eye. We'll take that fight. Looks like Sisyphus might be just checking the left side and then moving on.
Could be, and it's a viable strat here to check one side on the way down, and then maybe on your walk back to go after checking the 6 chests on the right of Sky 3 here to check the rest. And he's at 12 shards already, so only needing another 12 to get into Temple of Fiends at the 34 and change minute mark. So this is pretty good.
Yeah. We're seeing on Astolia's screen, I think a problem Astolia is running into is being low level. She just doesn't have enough spell charges, and this is a long dungeon. You're in here for a very long time, and so while it would be great to hit these mental slimes with Fire 3, they go down pretty quick. If you don't have the resources, you kind of just have to rely on what you have. And yeah, it looks like she is indeed out of Fire 3 charges, doesn't really have anything but Rub and the Bane Sword to go on. I think that's a really tough question that she's got to deal with here pretty soon, is what do I do next? If I find the incentive item, do I try and take on Tiamat, or do I walk it out knowing that it's going to be a difficult fight either way? I don't know that I have a good answer to that.
Yeah, I mean, you got the Bane Sword, so I mean, it's possible to be able to get through Tia like that, but I mean, we'll see what ends up happening. Yeah.
Notably, Sisyphus lost the White Mage. That's going to make things a little bit tougher. Should have plenty of heal pots to get up. Yeah, it looks like I'm seeing in the 90s there, so that's fine. I'm going to use a good chunk of my bet to get through this dungeon.
Yeah.
Ooh, more. Normally, you love to see those metal slimes, but right now for Estolia, they are a nightmare. Really difficult to get through without Nuka Fire 3. There's Katana +2, and there's the floater loose.
Yep.
So that top floor of Sky before you get to the non-loot rooms comes through big. The Katana 2 goes up there. Yeah, gonna be checking those stats, see what's better. Katana 2 looks like it has +37 on the attack. Lower crit, though, but it looks like Katana +2 is exactly what Sisyphus needed to see. Gonna take that and run with it. We'll be a little bit more consistent across the board as well. And that is all the checks Sisyphus needs to check. Oh, no, gonna check 4 more.
Yeah, greed checks right here on the way to the teleporter. Still short, I think, about 10 shards now. Like you said, he's going to get 4 from Tiamat should he take her out, and then only need another 6 somewhere along the line. And we got plenty of checks left out there now that we have the floater. The whole world's open now.
Yeah. Now, I think, did Sisyphus ever check the right side of the spider floor? Because I just noticed it's still picking up a Pearl Ring +1 that I don't recall Sisyphus picking up. If so, hey, Galaxy Brain play. Save a minute of checking chests.
I think he just checked the left side on the way down.
Yeah, I like it. Another way to route that, not necessarily the typical way, but if it works, it works. Hey, finally gonna start making some more progress in terms of exploring the overworld with just a beefy ninja.
Yeah, Hate's levels are great right now. He's going to be doing tons of damage with that ninja. We'll just see if how fast he can catch up here, because he's going to be getting his canal and ship in pretty short order.
Yeah, gonna bypass Warmech, which is vanilla in this flag set, and go straight to Tiamat. So this is our first fiend fight. We are at 37 minutes, and our first fiend fight is Tiamat. That is entrant shuffle if I've ever seen it. Oh, big poison hit on the ninja to start off.
Wow.
Oh, it just gets out with a 20 damage, 16 left. One more hit from Tiamat is gonna be. Oh, and there is a sleep.
No. Oh,
this
wow.
is.
Can we get turn order?
Oh man, that dodge, that is. Oh gosh.
Oh
9 hits
my
for
god.
416. That's a kill. That is a kill with 16 health left on that ninja. Both the black mage and the white mage are dead, but that ninja has survived somehow. Yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
What a kill for Sisyphus. That is huge. I think Estolia is going to have a really hard time making it through this dungeon. And so this is a huge advantage for Sisyphus. Now we have the exploration, we have decent levels, and we have a fiend kill, and that's going to be 4 shards. Again, we don't have to worry about orbs in this mode, but 4 shards out of 28 is a pretty good chunk, especially given how many you found just getting there. So I think Sisyphus is in a really good spot right now. It's going to be a matchup of like, okay, does Hate's grind strategy pay off, or does Sisyphus just kind of barreling through it and seeing what's out there pay off? I don't think there's a good answer yet. We're going to see Hate go really quick through some of this stuff.
Yeah, we're not going to know the answer to that for about another 15, 20 minutes maybe at best, but that was a heck of a thing right there. Really seeing the agility buff on the ninja paying off dividends.
Yeah, absolutely. Darren is saying, Pro Ring, Opal Bracelet -1, and white shirt on the right side of the spider floor. So if you were going to check a side of the spider floor, it should have been the right. But, I think Sisyphus is probably going to be okay without a white shirt. We've got Invis 2, not the end of the world.
Yeah, waterfall find right here at starter location. So let's see. Right, we're gonna skip that. That's fine.
Yeah, it might be waiting to see. And there's Sea Shrine. All right, so it might be waiting to see if he can pick up Warper Exit to just save time on that. Getting some knowledge checks. Let's see what else is out there. We know that we can go to Gaia. We've got the bottle. That's going to be an incentive turn in. And still don't have the chime. So that's we've now kind of figured out the last 2 things that we needed to know.
Yeah, with I think 7 shards left to get for Sisyphus, really he just needs 3 and then a Kraken kill.
Yeah.
And then we need our loot. So our loot is out there somewhere.
Piccolo was a picky.
Oh, yep, that's right.
We have it, and since
we're good.
And again, brand new to me, so please tell me if I'm wrong. But with Thief at level 15, we do not need the key, so we have what we need as soon as we get 28 jewels. So yeah, I think this is the right play by Sisyphus. It is tempting to go to Waterfall, like, oh, I should go to Waterfall because I'm going to need something. But no, you do not. This is Sea Shrine, bolt straight for Kraken, go for the kill, and then I expect Sisyphus probably, if you're feeling good, and I would be at 40 minutes, I would be feeling very good. Might do a cheeky dive, just see what's out there.
It can't hurt, with this kind of weaponry and with this kind of, look at the absorb right there, +5 silver, +1 flame, +4 flame, and the bonk even plus. There's a lot of absorb on that ninja. His levels aren't as good as Hate's, but that's fine because he we'll see how it goes. This is good.
Yeah, I think despite the inherent difficulty of an entrance shuffle flag set, again we know that the bosses are not scaled up too high, only a little bit above average on health, and statistically below average on everything else. So I think it's possible that your cheeky Topher look goes well. Yeah, I think based on everything I'm hearing, earlier this week everyone felt good, and then Topher said no. So it's sort of how much do you let the other stuff influence you? And yeah, thanks chat for calling out. Estolia successfully walking out of Sky. That is huge.
Right.
That is, it was not ideal to go in it in the first place and then have to walk out without exit. But hey, shout outs for making it back from that. That is tough, and you did not have too many resources. Well done. Good job managing everything, getting through there. That puts you in a very good spot to try keep that progress and do some good stuff with it. Well done.
Yeah, and has the floater in hand, so going to be able to get in the air. It's going to feel a little rough double dipping there, but 12 shards as well. You just got to go straight to Tiamat. That's a good play.
We're getting some volcano checks here on Sir Tobalot's screen. Haven't seen too much of this. Going to check out some of those spike tiles. As we see the rod there on Sisyphus' screen. Not going to need that in a normal seed you would, but we do not have to worry about Earth Cave today.
Nope.
Hate finally found Temple of Fiends as well.
Yep, finding the item though in C on the way down to Kraken does feel pretty good, and that's a huge XP tile here. So okay, let's see how fast here Sisyphus can catch up in levels, because that's only 4,000 actually with 3 party members, but that's still a really nice fight.
Yeah, I think so you're getting 4. I mean, I think part of the problem you might have now is actually getting... No, I mean, I think if you unequip your white mage and black mage, you can probably get them down quick enough, and then you have to choose, okay, do I want to, solo grind the ninja? Because I think you're going to get a decent amount. You're going to get, 7,000-8,000?
Yeah.
The trick, though, is when you roll up like this, you get a Whiz Vamp and 5 vampires or more. That is not fun to try and take on as a solo ninja. So I don't think this is a super viable solo grind tile. I think this is going to be a perfectly good group grind tile, though.
Yeah,
let's get up to mid-20s and see what happens.
Yeah, I agree. And throwing Fire 3s out is perfect, because you're not going to need any of that for the other enemies in this dungeon, so this is great.
Ace Toya is doing the waterfall check. Again, I didn't see if she actually went up and checked C yet, but one of those things, you kind of have to do that mental processing of like, oh, I don't need to do this. I have the loot. I've got something that replaces the key, hoping, that soon Isolia will be able to remember, like, oh, okay, I've got what I need. But it's tricky. It's, one of the trickiest parts of the randomizers is just remembering everything. Like there are so many small things that you can miss that are important. And especially something as new as lock-picking thief, like especially when even the veterans aren't as familiar with it and can't give you that frequent advice, like you have to do this, remember this, remember this. Remembering one small thing like that can be the difference between first and second place.
Yeah, we're like you said, we're 44 minutes here, and we do not have very many items at all. No Oxiel, no Ruby, no Crown. We have the Crystal, so that's fine, but it feels kind of weird to have this kind of a go mode here with what we have in hand. It's definitely interesting.
Yeah, push down that urge to do more exploring, like surely. There's the marble, which is the Titan food. I did not know that marble was in that. That's pretty funny.
It's quickly becoming one of my favorite little new flags right there.
Yeah.
I always love multi-instrumental Sarah, and I thought the Titan food was kind of weird at first, but it's really cute to see.
Yeah.
I love when he finds glue or something.
Yeah.
It's just funny.
Procate +4 there in the volcano chest for Sir Tobola. That's a pretty good find. Light Axe +3 as well. Synth Pop is back. Thank you so much for the raid to the party of 11. Welcome to the Final Fantasy Randomizer. We are doing the Duckling Derby. This is week 2 of our beginners tournament. So welcome everybody. Aaron T2U2 has forgotten to join this league. That's okay. Join the spring tournament. That is also a beginner-friendly competition. You are going to go up against stiffer competition for sure, but you still have plenty of time to learn the game, learn the intricacies of the flags, and get ready to do some damage in the spring tournament. So definitely don't let that scare you away.
Yeah, we do another one of these coming in July, I think. We do 2 duck derbies a year, one in the winter, one in the summer. So, stick around. This is fun.
So Toe at this point doing a lot of chest checks, and I kind of wonder what he's thinking. It might be he might have forgotten that this is not incentivized and he's trying to hunt something down. It might just be that this is a comfort level thing. Like, I know I would like to get X, Y, and Z items, and I haven't seen them yet, so I know that Volcano has a lot of chests and I'm gonna check them. I don't think that it is necessarily the right play here, but I understand from a comfort level sometimes you either just you know what, this could be useful to me, and I feel like this is going to be 2 quick shards as it is, or something along those lines. Sisyphus going to pull up Kraken, though, got there pretty quick.
Yep.
As we see Astolia doing the same thing, so Astolia not wasting too much time, hopefully realized that level 15 lockpicking is on, and Viz 2 coming out, as we see Kraken do 12 damage to that ninja. Perfect. That is not going to be enough, Kraken. You were going to do a little bit more damage than that to make this fight worthwhile. 452 off of 6 hits. Yeah, this is not going to be a long fight.
Wait, Mage, throw that nuke. Just looks so funny to me. I love it.
Yeah, it does. Gonna go for that cheeky quad X, and it's gonna be enough. Kraken goes down. That is the second on-screen fiend kill. Sisyphus has everything that he needs to beat this game. Again, we'll see how Topher pans out. But I think at mid 20s, almost all the shards that he needs, this is a good spot. So what do you do now? What is your plan to try and find the shards that you need?
So he needs 1 more shard. So I like this check right here, stopping off at Temple of Fiends, checking these 2 key lock doors here, seeing if you can find it. And we'll see. His levels are not too bad, but it was a pretty rough Temple of Fiends the other night in the race for the other group of ducks. So we'll see.
Yeah, I think if I've got the levels and I'm missing a couple shards, I'm certainly tempted to go and find Dwarf Cave. That's an easy check. Again, even if you don't have the key, we've got the level 15 lockpicking, so we can go there and just knock out the 8, 9 chests that are in the bottom half of Dwarf plus the 2 at the top. You're bound to find a jewel in one of those. Ace Totally gonna go ahead and pull Kraken, our 3rd fiend fight of the day.
Alright,
see how this goes.
Sisyphus is going to go to Volcano. He'll find his other shard here. Yeah.
Hate realizing he doesn't have the cube and couldn't find the incentive item on the first 2 floors, so he's going to go figure out what to do next as well.
He's got to go turn in that herb.
Yeah, Sisyphus has not yet checked the armory, it looks like, so gonna go ahead and check. I do not remember if there was a jewel on this floor.
I'm thinking there probably was at least 1.
You've got to think so. It's a good play. It's a good play.
Yeah, it's very chest dense here, so you gotta think there's at least 1. The odds are in his favor.
Oh, he's still hitting for 1,500 damage there on Kraken. Gonna be high teens now, about 18 across the board, so still some levels to go to catch up Sisyphus, and needs to get that Tiamat kill, but not doing too bad herself either.
Yeah, I think she is 7 shards short here, so she's a Tiamat and 3 shards away, so we can get there.
No jewels there in the armory for Sisyphus. We're gonna have to try and find them somewhere else. That's annoying.
Gotta check the hairpins here.
Yeah, and this is rough. You got a lot of walking to do. You're gonna have to take some counters. Have to take the fights. Hey, there you go. Buys the herb from Onrak. Now gonna be able to turn that in and get the cube and take on his first fiend.
And Hate also going to stop with a waterfall, get Canary Castle, get his other 3 items because he does have the thief to the levels for lockpicking. Yep. So Hate's catching up fast. He's got the levels where I would feel very comfortable going into Temple of Fiends.
Yeah. Looks like Astoria is checking something.
Is she going to go in and check mermaids?
I think so. Is that where we are?
Yeah, she's on the right side of Sea-Tread. That's fine. I mean, you've got a lot of chests over here. I'm able to beeline right for mermaids and not check the rest of these, but I mean, it's fine. You got to get your shards some way, so this is fine. And there's a lot of... It doesn't take
that long to check these, so I get it. I think you're right. I think I would have just beelined. TFC got a jewel for you, just in case.
Nice. Yeah, there's a lot of XP here as well to be taken. Some of the enemies can be a little spooky. Lobsters hit hard, C6 can be gross, but I mean, there's XP to be had, so this is fine.
Yeah, at this point, you got to think if Astolia was gonna, be able to beat Kraken, she's probably okay with those enemies as long as she's, well rested and has plenty of spell slots, unlike her first Sky visit.
Agreed. Alright, so Sisyphus doing some shopping, picking up some last minute heals. I believe they did get their jewel out of the volcano hairpin somewhere, so this will be it here. We'll see how he does.
Going to check some spell first. Nope. I think forgot where for a second where Temple of Fiends was. It is right here. All right, yeah. So here we go. 51 minutes, just about. We got our first entrance by Sisyphus. So we are going to learn a lot of information about how the rest of the seed is going to go. We're either going to see Sisyphus potentially get through this sub-hour, which I think is a remarkable achievement. For a duck in an entrance shuffle, no less. But let's see how this goes. We got so a lot going on the other screens. Is hate checking out Elf Castle. There's 2 eyes. Happily take that fight.
Go for sure. Yeah. That's the dream tile right there. 2 to 3 eyes sitting there. So if this doesn't work out, now we don't have exit and we don't have warp, but if this dive doesn't work out, you got a boatload of XP just sitting waiting there for you right there in Temple of Fiends.
Yeah, I think if Temple of Fiends is nasty enough, that is reason enough to go hunt down warp or exit and then take that as long as you need to. Because that is a juicy tile.
Yeah, and you're going to get access to exit for sure because the Black Mage has Black Wizard spells, so they have access to all black magic. So it's out there. We just haven't seen it.
Yeah, it's just a matter of figuring out where it is. Probably at Elfland or at Lefania.
Yeah, I'm looking at
Lefane. Wow, as soon as you go away from this for a second, you start mixing up like the PSP version and the NES version. I did almost say Cornelia earlier. I was like, no, that's not it. I know better than this.
And looking at our notes from our tracker DVS again, shout out to DVS for doing the great work tonight, keeping us straight in chat and everything as well. Onrak Gaia and Gaia level 8 and Lefane level 8 we have not seen, so warp is at one of those levels.
And blink and you miss it. It took a minute and a half basically to get to Lich 2, which is not bad at all for Sisyphus. Very well done there. We'll see if Lich 2 has any fun surprises for our runners.
And we got Nuke coming out 120. Lich 2 throwing out an Ice 2. That feels a little on the vanilla side.
Yeah, you'd much rather see Chaos with Ice 2s.
Oh, I forgot. We have level 1 Cure 4 too. This is certainly doable. I think he's still level 24 on those ninja as well, so this is pretty good.
Yeah. And this is admittedly an area where I never really learned what I'm supposed to do. I'm terrible at calculating the breakpoint on worst gear, so I couldn't tell you where the optimal spot to put that ninja is.
Yeah, I just have a general idea of the vanilla gear, where the breakpoints are, but I don't math, and I certainly don't math on Twitch.
That's dangerous.
Yep.
Okay, healing up with some heal pots. Gonna save those heal charges. I think that's a good idea. We're gonna pull carry. See how this goes. Gonna throw a hit, a fast, and a temper. So we're gonna get that ninja swinging right away. It is sort of tricky, when you have a party comp like this, you do kind of just have to put the ninja up front and hope for the best. I don't think that we've seen a ribbon.
No, we have not seen a ribbon, and we do not have an incentive ribbon either.
Yeah,
so.
There's nuclear. So there's one of the big bad spells out of the way. If we can hit carry hard enough, early enough, that's going to be a good sign. Yeah, sure enough, 10 hits for 730. That is going to take down carry too. So we've seen nuclear. One of the nasties is off the board.
Yeah, and
if you don't know, all 4 of the repeat fiends plus Warmech share skill and spell pool in the randomizer, and so when we start to see these spells coming out, we can sort of take the mental checklist of what the vanilla fiends have and replace those spells. So by seeing nuclear, we know, hey, that's something I might have to see later. Much rather see on carry than I would on chaos or Tier 2 or something like that.
Oh yeah, for sure. Still going back to Sky right here, gonna kill. Yeah, she's short 4 shards, is gonna beeline herself right for Tiamat, I think, and pick up her 4 shards.
Yeah, Great routing there. Just get back, knock it out, and it looks like Sertoba also going to be entering Sky Temple. I will admit I don't know exactly what level Sertoba is. I believe mid to high teens, so definitely doable depending on the equipment that he's got sitting with him. Believe has the cube. If not, we're about to find out. Kraken 2 appearing on Sisyphus' screen as we see Hate 13 taking on Carry 1.
Wow, only 65 damage there from Kraken 2 on that ninja. Back rowing, of course, like Kraken 2 does. We're gonna throw out some lock. Did we fast that ninja yet?
I believe first turn it got fasted.
Oh, yeah,
10 hits, 550. Yep. Yeah, lock 2's gonna come out, make it a little bit easier next time. That should be enough. Yeah, 340 coming out, knocking out the Black Mage. So at this point, we're really gonna hope that if Kraken hits again, it chooses the ninja and not the White Mage. But 10 hits, 671, not gonna get the chance to do it again. That is a dead Kraken 2.
And we survived the White Mage, so we're going to be able to use Life 2 to bring up that Black Caster again. We're down to a single Life cast or Fast cast, because we're not going to worry about Nuke here with only one charge of magic left on that White Mage. So we're going to have to be smart about how we're going to use that.
Yeah. Oh no, I think Soya's ninja got death touched by that eye there. Is that just what happened? Luckily, White Mage is still up, so it's not an issue. I do see a ribbon +5 in Soya's inventory. Not sure where she got that from. That could be close for later on.
Yep. Alright, Invis 2 and Power Bonk going out for Sisyphus. T-Mat leads with Blizzard. That's okay. So let's see. Yeah, let's do some tempers. You got come on.
I would be tempted to throw out the heal 3. Yeah, there you go. I think there is something to be said for the why heal when I can punch strategy. But I think you want to put a little bit of health into both the White Mage and the ninja, just in case Nuke comes out. You don't want to lose both of them, on something silly like that, especially when it's really looking accessible to you. Like, this is breezy so far.
Yeah, this is a much kinder Temple of Fiends right now than we had on Tuesday night.
And sure enough, Tiamat gonna go ahead and smack that ninja and do nothing. Gonna miss. Some great dodge, agility, buff on there. 10 hits for nearly 1,700 damage. Yeah, that'll just about do it. We're gonna hit 25 on Hero the ninja as we see Sisyphus heading to the final floor. This is incredible time. We are not even at 58 minutes yet.
Yeah, this is really impressive.
Talk once, talk twice, talk thrice, but first gonna heal pod up, get that Black Mage in the front row and use it as some bait. And Sisyphus, we can go ahead and pull Chaos.
Actually, no, this is fine. The White Mage has temper as well. I was thinking switch the White Mage to the front slot with only the one cast of fast, but this is fine.
Oh, and perfect. Assuming that Chaos doesn't just, chip him out with a weak sweeper spell, that is perfect to just get your Black Mage 2 hits up in the front row. That is great. And yeah, I think you're exactly right. Normally, it's not a bad idea to just go ahead and let the White Mage die in the final fight. You're probably not going to need it as much as you are going to need offense. But seems to be going fine here when the White Mage can cast Black Magic. Yeah, sure enough, that Black Mage is going to go soak up a second hit. The ninja is still buffing itself up, going to take that bonk. Chaos hits it and misses. Invis 2 really working out in spades. Going to make this ninja even harder to hit as it stacks up hit on hit on hit. There's a temper coming out. We're going to start fighting with that ninja. Let's see how much damage we do here on this first big hit. 10 hits for 934. That is fantastic. You have not seen any damage come out on that ninja. Unless we see, back-to-back nukes or something. No, this is a punchy Chaos. 10 hits for 1016. We are in a fantastic spot. Not seeing any of the spell damage come out from Chaos. We're just seeing him swing and miss. 10 hits for 1297. That is a GG for Sisyphus with an incredible time. We have racetime.gg official 58-57. That is good enough for first place for Sisyphus. Extremely well done.
Wow.
That was a treat to watch. That was some fantastic routing, really good resource conservation, smooth with the fiend fights, knowing exactly which ones to bother with, which ones not to bother with, and then making what seems like it was a really nasty Topher earlier in the week, make it look like Child's Play this time. All over, extremely well done, Sisyphus.
Oh yeah, that was just a fantastic job right there. GG's to Sisyphus. That was a bit of a clinic right there on how to route. That's fast. That's a good time.
You teach some veterans some things with that run. Well done. That's going to be a force to be reckoned with for the rest of the Duck Derby for sure. Not taking anything away from the rest of the runners, but a sub-hour shuffle or entrance shuffle is not a feat to be understated.
Oh yeah, that's nothing to sneeze at right there. That is really, really nice job. They kept everything straight. They didn't get mixed up. They got their levels as they went. I thought they were under leveled early on, but they finished in the mid-20s, which is perfect. That was just really a great job.
Yeah, again, and it's that gamble. It's the gamble we were talking about with the earlier. Is like if this had been a rough Topher, Hate would be in the best position right now because this is going to go out to find the grind tile. Might go back to Sea Shrine depending on if you want to do the group grind or try and find a solo grind. Obviously, we know where the double triple I tile is. You can go find that. But that is still time that you have to use. We'll see how much time Hate takes to finish. But I imagine all of this is going to come pretty quickly as soon as it starts going through.
Yeah, I agree.
We have invited Sisyphus to come join us in chat. We'll see if he is willing to come chat. But otherwise, we're going to keep it tuned on our other three runners. We've got Estolia making her way through Sky. And I hear that telltale Discord ping. I believe we are joined by Sisyphus himself. GG, Sisyphus.
Yeah, GG's.
See, you have, I don't know if you were listening to the effusive praise that we were heaping on you as you went through Temple of Fiends. That was really a good job. You should be proud of that run. How do you feel right now?
I'm just so excited that I pulled that off because I was worried if Temple of Fiends was like the other race, I was in trouble.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely a calculated gamble, like we were saying, and I think, not choosing to try and go for the levels early on and just seeing what came your way really paid off. So let's talk about routing real quick. What do you think were some of the biggest decisions that you had to make in terms of like figuring out where to go next while you were doing the seed?
It really just felt like that key item hunt, like till I found that floater. And then everything opened up, but everything was almost done at that point. I was just really happy that I figured out shop item. Because, yeah. I was wondering where I had to go, and then I'm like, oh yeah, shop item. I have 2 shops to check. And there it was.
Yeah, that herb definitely ended up being the thing that kind of cracked it wide open. And you did a very good job, too, of knowing exactly what you needed to do to get the shards to go in, and skipping over waterfall after you found it, going straight into sea, and then just making the beeline, stopping of course to do the small grind on the wizards, but saying, okay, I don't need waterfall, I know that I can pick the luck, I know that I just need to get these 4 shards, and getting it was really good. Obviously you got pretty generous with the equipment and the seed. You didn't really have to worry too much about weapons or armor. What, if anything, had you most nervous in terms of like resources or equipment? Was there anything that you were worried about going into Topher?
The lack of ribbons, the lack of protection against death touch. My last run I did as a practice before this, everything had death touch and everything was rubbing and everything, and it just... I was worried if it was going to be like that, I was in trouble. Yeah.
Now, this, if I'm not mistaken, this marks 2 first-place finishes in a row for you, does it not?
So far, yes.
That's got to feel pretty good.
Very nice.
It really does. I'm generally not like... I don't do much competitive gaming anymore, but I enjoy this. I was going to do the last Duckling Derby, but my cat died right before the start of it, and I just couldn't do it. But... feeling good enough this time, came back, and I'm happy with my time so far.
Yeah, I mean, I think you have every reason to be happy and proud of what you've been doing, because this is that was a clean race. I do want to make sure we point out on stream we've got Hate fighting Tiamat 1. Estolia, just about a minute ago, stepped into Temple of Fiends Revisited, going to be the second person on stream to do so. Not too far behind, all things considered, about 6 minutes behind Sisyphus' finishing time. But again, if you were to tell me at any point that, entrance shuffle, you were going to get into Temple of Fiends in an hour, 3 minutes or so, I'd be quite happy with that. Sertopola also pulling Tiamat 1. Got that full party, the only runner on stream to run with the 4 party members. Again, I think probably just like a safety play, making sure, okay, am I comfortable? But clearly doing the right thing, because that is 9 hits for 1767 damage. That's going to be a kill on Tiamat. I'm going to put Tobe a little bit closer. I think now if we add to the 19, going to be up to 23 shards. Not bad at all.
Yep, 1 shard away. Hate at 22 shards is 2 shards away. And like you said, Estolia in Temple of Fiends onto the Lich floor, seeing those Germadusas with the nasty hold.
I think what will be interesting to see this time is, we really only saw one particularly nasty spell. We saw Blizzard, but we really only saw Nuclear in terms of nasty spells on Sisyphus' side. Curious to see if we get a different pattern in any of the fights that Estolia takes. The different pattern in terms of enemy RNG has been nothing to write home about. Haven't really seen any particularly nasty enemies coming our way. But, seeing Nuke from Chaos or from Kraken 2, whatever could be all the difference. Although it looks like our Chaos is just kind of big punch boy. Doesn't have a lot in the way of spell crafting. Yeah, sure enough, not going to see anything new from Lich. Going to go down fairly quickly to the overwhelming majesty of a buffed up ninja. Hate also making the... Oh, it looks like Estelia's stream has gone offline, so we're looking at Hate's doubled up stream right now, so we might just have to pretend. I'll see if we can figure anything out about that in just a second. But we're seeing Hate go into a waterfall here. Again, we know that this is not a required play. I can't remember. Let's see here. He's got all the... I mean, he has the early loot. So he's fine there. We know that he's obviously got the level 15 thief, so he's fine there. He's got the key. It might just be looking to see if he can get one more thing, maybe. Gets the marble. Again, not going to be something that we need to have to stick with us. One second, folks. Okay, great. So let's take a look at the stock of where we got our runners. Hate is going to go ahead and take off in the airship. I believe going to head off to try and take on Kraken. Yes, very good. That's going to get Hate for the last 4 shards that he needs, so he's in a pretty good spot now. And it looks like Sir Tobalot did find Dwarf Cave. It was indeed on the Cardia Islands where it needed to be. Mods apparently don't want us to know how we can get more free followers, which is a shame because I'm always looking for more followers.
And Darkmoon Firelight confirming in chat here that Estolia stream is down, so we'll try to see what we can to get her back up, or see if we can figure out what's going on with that.
Yeah, we might just have to do a recap once we know that she has finished. We are on a 10-minute delay. We know things, but we're gonna wait to do it in quote-unquote real time here on the stream. Again, a 10-minute delay to prevent any japery, any foul play. Not that we have come to expect that of our runners, but always good just to have it and be sure. Hate making quick work of the Siege Shrine as we see him make it onto the floor. Just a couple chests. Not going to find anything. Heal -2 helmet. Not going to be usable by anyone.
Not even worthy for cash at this point.
Nope. Checking chests. Might still be looking for something. Siege Shrine is incentivized. I'm curious what he's like. It's again. It's totally possible.
The defense possible.
Maybe there's the rod. Gonna open these 2. It'll be interesting to see if he continues to open boxes after this. Now that he knows that the incentive item, because if he keeps checking, like we know he might be looking for a specific item. Because again, we know jewels are fine. He's gonna kill Kraken, no problem. Get the last jewels he needs. But yeah, I think it's not a stretch to assume he's looking for something like the defense or the ribbon. Yeah, thanks, Champion.
Yeah,
we did see again, Estolia picked up the ribbon somewhere. We'll have to ask her whenever she gets in here where that ribbon +5 was, because that was the only one we saw on stream. And while it wasn't strictly necessary at the end of the day, it's nice to have when you first find it.
Yeah, probably looking for a ribbon, and he can get cheeky, maybe a couple of jewels here if he gets lucky. Maybe doesn't have to fight Kraken, but I don't think he's got much to worry about here with that kind of level on the thief with Kraken right here.
Yeah, and sure enough, hey, gonna end that floor and go ahead and take a look at Kraken 1. We know that it's not much to sneeze at. I'm sure Hate is feeling pretty good, like, yeah, this is not going to be a problem. Ribbons and Dwarves, awesome. Thank you so much, Jarganes. Let's take stock real quick on Sir Tobalot's screen. So we have some decent levels. Trying to see just there. I couldn't tell. It looks like 21. So we want a few more, we know. Not too many more. We're looking like 23, 24 going into Topher. Pick up a couple more as you head through. So there's good. Has decent equipment, we know, just by virtue of gold +3 being on sale and the katana +2 being available, plus the purple +5. So we're fine there. And we've got the loot. So at this point, Tobe is in go mode with everything that he needs to go. So it's just going to be a matter of, again, what is that point of feeling comfortable? Like, at what point are you willing to say, yeah, I think this is good enough to get through Topher, and then go through it? Hey, gonna go ahead and pull Kraken 2 up here, and I think it is now time. We can say that Estolia finished at 1 hour, 10 minutes, and 31 seconds. So we're gonna try and drag Estolia in here. Forgive me for 1 second. Hello, Estolia, can you hear us? Welcome.
Hi everyone, how are you doing tonight?
Fantastic. GG. A very, very good time at 1 hour, 10 minutes, 31 seconds. We lost you there on the stream, so we're going to have to ask you some questions about Topher. But first, how you feeling about the race?
Well, I was feeling good until my OBS crashed, which cut the stream and my recording. But aside from that, it was really good. I loved having the nuking party of ninjas, white mages, and black mage. That was great. I loved not collecting 90% of the incentive locations. Well, maybe 60% of the incentive locations, right? I didn't even know where the key was. Who cares?
That's one of the glorious things about that thief lockpicking. You don't need to find no key. We don't got to track that down. So that was pretty good. And that was a really great time. 110, entrance floor shuffle, shard hunt with Force Ninja. That's a really good job. So
that main trip I went in on Sky Palace, I with the Black Mage down, I'm like, I don't think I can take this. I'm gonna go out and save everything I've gotten, and then I chanced. Where is it that I went after that? A dwarf cave, I think, and I was hoping to get some jewels in there. The last 4 I needed, and then in just a case of no, I also double dip this and just get the 4 that way.
Yeah, but I mean, that was a really nice job. You seem to have a really good plan the entire time. Your routing was really on point. We were talking about when you guys found the ship at the Ice Cave location where you're going to go to pick up your ship, and every one of you just knew right to go to Provoca, which, as somebody that has had them burn them once or twice with that going over to Elfland by accident, that was really nice to see. So good job there.
Thanks. Yeah. It was good, and then I actually had. I'm a bit worried when I went the route I did, but it worked out. The full circle of the inner sea.
Yep. So while we're talking to you here, we got both Sir Tabalat and Hate the 13th here in Temple of Fiends, pretty much on the same floor here. Hate pulling a little bit ahead here with better hero run all the way down to Lich. And then Sir Tabalat as well, taking on some Earths here, working his way down. Shouldn't be having too much of a problem here running into Lich.
Yeah, I didn't have much of a problem with most of with pretty much any of the refights, because it was just a case of saber fast temper, then temper smack, temper smack.
Listen, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, you know?
Right?
Like we were saying earlier with Sisters, we only really saw one nasty spell in Nuclear over at Carry. Blizzard was the only other decently bad spell that we saw. Everything else was either hidden away or just didn't come up because, you know, just punched them fast enough. So I assume it was pretty similar for you.
Yeah, Chaos just seemed to be a puncher. I didn't see anything out of Chaos, just punch. I mean, the punches were a little sizable, but nothing too much to be worried about.
All right, we see a Lich 2 there on Sir Tobalat's screen. We got Carry 2 on Hate 13's stream. And yeah, I see Kami XD in chat asking, what does it mean, Randomizer? It's some kind of mod? Yeah, so we are just sort of a fan group that has some amazing developers who've created a program to take the guts of the original Final Fantasy, scramble them around. We have a lot of different things that we can control. You can head over to FinalFantasyRandomizer.com to check out all of the things that are available to you, and get a link to our Discord as well. And if you're interested in events like this, we have another Suckling Derby, which is our beginners tournament in the summer, and we've got our big spring tournament coming up in just a couple of months. So we would be happy to have you join us. Yeah, thank you, Luffy, for putting the FFR command in chat. I always forget which one it is on each given channel. Luffy making quick work of Lich 2 as expected, heading on to Carry 2. I think for Tobe it's going to be like, okay, the level's going to be enough to get you through. 22 is on the lower end, but I think we've seen this as a decently kind seed. So it is certainly possible that with 2 black mages, that level difference doesn't really matter that much. And hey, I'm just about to pull up Kraken 2. We saw the strats earlier. We'll see if Hey decides to keep the ninja up front or move the ninja to the back line. No, gonna go ahead and charge straight on through and let that ninja be Kraken 2 bait. Let's see if that pays off for him. White shirt +2 coming out. Gonna give those evasion stacks. A lightning 2 coming out. Not gonna be too much. You can go that back up with the heal 3 if you need to. Gonna take the fast. Gonna white shirt again. We're gonna temper up the ninja. Already missing, so that is good. We don't want to just rest on our laurels. Even with the agility buff, definitely think you want to keep putting that up. 12 hits for 810 on Kraken 2, going to be quite a bit. 10 hits for 1300 damage down on Tobe's screen. Carry 2 goes down. Oh, we have everybody at 22 now, so he's going to take on Kraken 2 and do what he can do. 12 hits for 848 on 8 screen, and that is going to be Kraken 2 dead there. We're about to pull up Tiamat 2 and see how that goes.
What kind of sword right there is top swinging? Was that it looked like a defense sword swinging by that ninja. It was a little bit thicker than a katana. So did we find that, or am I just missing it?
That is a fantastic question that I do not know the answer to.
I mean, at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. But we'll see. It looks like he didn't pick up temper on that white mage, but with the 2 black mages, I don't think it's really going to matter that much.
Yeah, I think you're okay. You might have just wanted to save it for, save the charges for something else. Think you still pick up the charge in the future anyways, just to be safe, just in case something happens to the black mages. You can't pick them up with life or, whatever it is, give you the best chance. But yeah, shouldn't matter with 2 black mages and a white mage. Inferno comes out. There's one of those spells we're looking for. The ninja is going to go down right away. We have a problem now. Tier 4 isn't going to do anything. We're going to need to nuke, but unfortunately, that black mage that is alive is out of nuke charges. We're not in a great spot. The white mage can nuke down. Depends how much damage you got out. 256 coming off the nuke. That's pretty good. Ice 3 going to go out. Going to do 111 damage. At this point, we really just have to hope that Ice 3 and nukes together will be enough to take down Kraken, or it takes down that white mage specifically, and that's kind of scary being up in that slot up ahead. Fire 3 coming out, gonna take down the black mage. We have 2 nuke charges left. Poison for 66 damage. One more Inferno coming out, could be bad. Nuke for 141. I don't know how much damage he's done. Might not be enough. Nuke 159. Lit 2 comes out. What do you have left? Do you have any charges of Fade left? No, it looks like this is just going to be a waited out. And there's Nuclear. There's that spell. Oof. It's tough to say whether that was just a little bit of bad luck or the levels. I don't think that was necessarily a levels problem. I think that was just didn't get Kraken 2 down fast enough.
Yeah, that's a little bit of a rough go right there. That's the first runner we've seen on stream here run into a bit of a problem. As Hate has pulled Chaos, and he's down to the solo ninja with that evasion, and he got the Ruse Stick, the Power Bonk, the Fast. This is probably fine. As we saw Chaos before, very, very swingy. 10 hits, 596, no big deal. Another swing by that katana, 10 hits, 41. Yeah, we're going to get there no problem, provided Cass doesn't have something cheeky in his bag of tricks, like a Cure 4 or something stupid.
And I have no doubt that Hate was really sweating going into this. Had the items in the right spot, which was very helpful. But yeah, unfortunately, we have the advanced knowledge. It's probably going to be okay.
Yeah, 5 hits, or 9 hits, 520, another swing, 11 hits, 723. Down goes Chaos. Get your GGs out in chat for Hate 13th, finishing with a race time.gg time of 1 hour, 18 minutes, and 48 seconds. Good enough for 6th place so far on stream. And Kumo finished as well in 4th place with a time of 1 hour, 11 minutes, and 12 seconds. So GG's to them as well. And we are joined in chat by Hate the 13th. GG's, buddy.
Hey, thank you kindly.
Hey, long time no talk, my former spring tournament opponent.
Yeah.
Congratulations on the race. How you doing?
I am annoyed at my controller for the amount of dropped and doubled inputs that I had today.
What kind of controller are you using?
I use a PS5 controller, but I had some issues with it, and had to replace the rubbers a couple of times. I tried something that I was hoping might be a little bit more sturdy, and I think it's breaking down, so...
That's fun right here.
Yeah.
Well, GG's all the same on getting through. But let's talk through some strategy with you. You took sort of the atypical approach, at least on stream. You were the only one that really took an early grind and got that ninja up, which I think was, if I had to guess, based on seeing what happened earlier this week. Is that more or less kind of like what was guiding your decision there?
That's actually what I've been doing with my practice seeds on these even before the mess that happened earlier this week.
Okay.
I'd been running 3-mans, standing off 2 mages. Generally, I've been running thief, red, black, but this time I saw the white mage with the ninja spells. And yeah, you know what? That's better than a red mage at this point.
Yeah.
Because if I'm looking at 5, 6, 7 spells, that means something has gone wrong.
Right. Yeah, and I think you were, props to the continuingly high standard that Duck set in terms of game knowledge, because I certainly don't feel like I knew this much about the game when I was a Duck. But I think good picks across the board in that vein, and you certainly took charge of that as well. We saw what ended up being the primo grind tile right at the very end with the triple I. How did you feel about the grind tile selection that you had throughout the game?
I saw the rock ghouls and I was like, okay, that's kind of nice. And I saw the Gurmedusas and took a couple of whacks at them. And then I saw the stun and was like, you know what? Nope.
Right.
But yeah, those eyes, I saw them at the end. That was the 3rd of 7 practice, that's the 8th seed of this that I've run. But 3 of the seeds have had the triple eyes there. So I saw it there. I was like, yeah. These things hate me.
Yeah, it was kind of a bummer. I mean, it's especially since warp and exit hadn't really come up for anyone naturally. You would have had to go out of your way to find it wherever it was. We don't know. It was sort of a tease, Mm-hmm. This is what you could have had.
Yeah.
Just in case, we're just going to throw that out there for reasons.
Yeah, just because we want you to suffer.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, the game is cruel to us and kind of hates us, but, we love it anyways.
Yep, that we do.
I think the cruelty of the game crafts the kindness of the community.
Mm-hmm.
Something like that, yeah. All right, we do have Sir Tobalot making his way through Carry 2's floor, so certainly on track. We'll have to see, again, was that Kraken 2 death bad luck, or are we going to have to see a few more levels again? Only a couple levels behind where Sisyphus was at with his party, so we're going to see. But hey, back to you real quick. How did you feel about routing? This had a few spots where you really had to kind of pick and choose, but you also had a few straightforward spots. What were some of the touch points for you, and what do you think you did well?
Did well, not so much. I mean, there was the early reset out from the Elf Castle at Toph, because it's like, okay, I didn't want to have to do a long walk back, so I made a save, down at Corn area before I went up there. Everything else, though, I felt like my routing was pretty crappy. Going into the Mirage at Ordeals without the cube and looting it out, hoping for something and getting nothing as it feels bad, man.
Yeah. To be fair, I think only Toad was the only one that did go into Sky with Q. So I don't think that was a bad routing decision. I think that was a fine play. You have enough chest density in the first couple floors, especially in a treasure hunt search, that it's worth looking. Made a little bit tougher by not having warp or exit, obviously, but hey, listen, decent experience, good chest density, looking for jewels, looking for items. I would disagree with you and say that was not a bad routing decision.
I just didn't like it. It was a...
That's fair.
It was a feels bad man kind of moment.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, I'll agree as well. I mean, with the random location as well, or with Sky being a random location incentive where it could have been on those first 2 floors, that was a fine play. It's unfortunate the way it worked out, but I mean, it was still... I'll beg to differ. I thought your routing was fine. You did the play of taking levels early, which I think was a right move in the majority of circumstances, considering what we saw earlier in the week from the other group of Ducks on Tuesday. So I thought you did quite well, and you caught a Temple of Fiends here that with your levels was just, you didn't need the levels you had to go in there and do it, and you know what? That's going to happen.
Yeah. I think with the Vorpal +5 too, right? The Vorpal +5 that early is sort of an inherent question, which is who gets to swing this? And you answered that very quickly. My buff to heck ninja is going to swing this. And I think that again, we know now that there was that great eye tile to grind on later in the game when you had a bigger XP buff, but there are plenty of other scenarios, like Luffy said, that this swung in a way that favored the ninja. It's just, it is an inherent gamble to take the early grind instead of the early exploration. Didn't pay off this time.
Yeah, well, and I mean, it's could have gone better, could have gone worse. I wish I would have remembered to swap the Vorpal +5 back onto the ninja instead of swinging the katana +2 there at the end, but whoops.
We actually mathed it out. Katana +2, a little bit better on average. Vorpal +5 has the better crit, but still get good enough attack that it's probably fine to stick to the katana. I don't think that was going to be a big issue for you. Again, in some circumstances, maybe you get the luck, maybe it goes fine. But I don't think that was a big deal.
Yeah. See, the thing is, I noticed that I was only getting 5 hits with the katana versus 6 hits with the Vorpal, so that's why I was thinking, like, oh, I need to remember to do this, and then I just memory hold it.
Oh, okay, yeah, we were talking about the breakpoints earlier. Now I have not a clue how to figure that out, so I'll trust you on that. Quickly want to turn though. Sir Tobalot has just knocked out Kraken too. Fantastic job there. So it looks like it was just sort of a bad luck run that prevented a kill last time. Maybe a little bit better health management this time. Didn't get back road quite as early. So we have Sir Tob going into Tiamat 2 now.
I also got pretty lucky in the fact that when Carrie busted out the nuclear, he didn't lose anyone.
Yeah, and it looks like we'll see if Sir Tob's bad luck carries over to Tia 2 here. Maybe Tia has, one of the last we've seen Blizzard, we've seen Inferno. We haven't seen Pure Nuke, right? Is that the only one that we haven't seen?
No, we haven't seen Pure Nuke, and we haven't seen the Cure 4 yet either, but I don't think we're gonna have enough turns in order to see that.
Yeah. Carrie had the Cure 4.
Oh, did she?
Carrie had the Cure 4, okay.
Yeah, she busted it out pretty early for me.
Okay. Well, yeah.
At which point I kind of breathed a sigh of relief, because I'm like, okay, good, I won't have to deal with that on Chaos.
Yeah, there you go. It looks like Toby is getting some pretty good damage out, and the benefit of the double temper plus the nukes coming out, and the fast. We're gonna see this ninja hit 10 hits, 896. I think is what that said. We've got a kill, so we are now on to the last few steps. If we get a bad encounter, nope. Gonna do some heals before he heads into the stairs. I'm surprised that the ninja has such low health. It's gotta be a feels bad kind of moment going into Chaos. But let's see if it's going to be enough. It is 127.42, and we have a Chaos pull here on Sir Tob's screen. So let's go ahead and get this called the Ninja. Go ahead and hit. We're going to see an Invis 2 Wise Move coming out from the White Mage, Fast coming out from Ninja, Temper coming out from Black Mage, and Temper coming out from Black Mage as well. We obviously know the secret, which is that Chaos doesn't know how to cast magic. So the Invis 2 are going to be doubly important, but Sir Tob doesn't know that yet. Chaos doing a little bit of damage to that White Mage, but not nearly enough to put Tob in any sort of worry state yet. So we're going to see those Tempers continue to come out. We want that ninja swinging as hard and as fast as possibly can. And Vince 2 coming out, going to combine with that natural agility buff. Yeah, we're already getting the misses from Chaos, so we are in a good spot. 10 hits for 594. We are gunning now. He knows that it is just a matter of keeping everybody healthy, getting those Tempers out, and hitting as hard as he possibly can.
Go, Tob, go. Go, Tob,
46 on the White Mage. That is going to get healed up, soaked up by the heal 3. Temper comes out. We're going to see the swing. We've got 9 hits, 939. Tob's got to be feeling it. We are just about there. One more swing perhaps on this, again, slightly below or slightly above average health Chaos, so somewhere a little bit above 2,000 on average. We're going to see the nukes coming out. He's going to start hitting hard with those Black Mages. 7 hits for 939. We're going to see one more Temper come out. The nuke coming out from the White Mage. How are we feeling? 400 damage. That is a max roll nuke from the White Mage. 176. Just a little bit of health remaining. Got to be one swing away. Let's see if we get another higher roll from one of those nukes. Oh boy, 400 out of the White Mage on the nuke. That is not something you get to see every day. Nuke comes out from the Black Mage. 198. That's going to do it. GG's in chat. Sir Tob a lot. 4th on-stream finisher. As I put my emote there. And he is going to be 8th overall with an official racetime.gg time of 1:29:13. And it looks like we still have one runner left. Nightmare Phoenix still going. So that is the end of everybody on our stream. GG's all around. I guess we're going to see if we can get Toba in here. I don't see him in the waiting room. So I think we can go ahead and start kind of doing final thoughts for the crew. This was a really fun race. You know, I've been gone for about 6 months, and it's nice to be able to come back and see everything kind of chugging along as smoothly as possible and see the ducks, you know, really setting that continued high standard for like what can be achieved. I see we've got Astolia and Hate still in here with us. Either of y'all have any final thoughts you want to share or talk about as we see if we can get Tobin here?
Onward and upward. I look forward to next week and seeing what shenanigans I roll for myself in that.
Fantastic.
I'm just gonna say, make sure if you have a secondary recording option for yourself, take it, because when your OBS crashes, bad stuff happens.
Yeah, that is sound advice, and I feel like that's the kind of thing you learn the hard way once and then never again, hopefully. Very good advice, Astolia.
That happened to me a few fall leagues ago. I believe Fall League 2020. That happened to me. So I have never forgotten a local recording as well since. So, Astolia, you know, you're not a runner until these things happen. It doesn't take away anything that you did tonight. So that was a really impressive one. GG's. It's just hardware malfunctions are unfortunate.
And it's funny, and that's why I say a secondary recording, because that's what was super gut wrenching. Is I had recording on, but the way OBS crashed, it just give me a garbage file.
Oh God, that's even worse. Oh man.
Yeah, that's rude. Yes, rude. We love you, but rude.
Yep. Oof.
Well, listen. Whatever else happens, it doesn't take away from what was an extremely good race by you. And so, while I'm sure it stings a little bit, I hope that doesn't take away from the accomplishment that you should genuinely feel at knocking that seat out of the park. A 110 on an entrance shuffle, Dr. or not, it's a fantastic time.
It looks like Tom wants to pop in to say hi real quick, so I'm just telling him what to do.
Okay, fantastic. While we are doing that, let's take a look at what's coming next. And this is as much for me as it is for the audience. I'm going to pull up our duckling information, because this is, as we said, this is not the only night that we're going to be doing this. This is a series of several weeks and several pods that we got going on for the Duck Derby. Again, the Duck Derby is our beginners program. There it is. It is meant for people to learn exactly what is going to go on with the Final Fantasy Randomizer, and this is a great time to be in the Duck Derby because we have spring tournament coming up in just a couple of months, and that is sort of the big yearly event where we get a bunch of people coming back to the Randomizer, participating, competing, having a lot of fun, having a good time together. We get some predictions going. I swear to goodness, here we go. Week 3 flags, Mel and Rue, and what do we have to look forward for these runners next week? That's a fantastic question. I'm going to look through it right now. Luffy, you want to say anything so that I can look at this?
Yeah, let me do a little bit of housekeeping while we're at it here. Let me say a shout out and a thank you to RPG Limit Break for hosting us tonight and letting us show off our newer players for the Duck Derby Winter 2022. Shout out to our tracker DVS for pushing all the buttons and keeping it straight in the chat. Shout out to the audience for watching us run some fantastic FFR tonight, which we love so much. And Groggy for joining me in the booth. I really appreciate it, man. Welcome back.
Thank you. Yeah, it's a pleasure. I mean, it's like riding a bike, right? There were a couple maps where I was like, I don't remember what this map is, and then it comes back to you as soon as you give it a second thought. Yeah, so Greg in chat, it does look like it is a floaterless flag set going into next week. A lot of fun routing things turned on. Real quick, I'm going to, Tobe, if you have the speakers on, if you could mute those speakers for us, we'll get the echo out of the way. But yeah, it should be a fun.
Much
there
better.
we go, fantastic. Hello, Tobe. GG. Is it Tobe or Tob? Have I been saying it wrong this whole time?
Oh, having some difficulties here.
Okay, we'll see if we can get those sorted out. If you can hear us and or chat, just let us know. Yeah, it looks like for next week, Floaterless 2 duds, I think. And
Oh, I think I can hear you now.
okay, great. So again, is it Tobe or Tob?
It's Sir Tobola.
Sir Tobe, a lot. Okay, fantastic. Well, GG's Tobe. It was well run. How do you feel about your seed?
I was hoping to find a grind tile that would have worked out, but yeah, that's why I tried to grind on my last after I wiped on Topher.
Yeah, we were talking about it was a really close one. You know, it was you were only
I
a
had a
couple
couple
levels.
of practice seeds where I grinded too much.
Yeah, you were only a couple levels under what Sisyphus and a few of the others were, so you weren't too far behind. But yeah, it looks like it was just kind of a combination of some bad luck of you know getting hit just like really hard by Kraken 2 with that nuclear in your first go through, and then yeah, just not having a lot of HP, and no one did since you had you know ninja and 3 mages. But yeah, GG's Tobe. That was a very well done race. Entrant shuffle, not ever an easy one, but I think you still did a great job of knocking that out.
Well, thank you, and I'm looking forward to next week.
Fantastic. Okay, well, I think we're going to go ahead and get ready to close down. We've been going on nearly 2 hours for this stream, so I want to be able to get our restreamer out of here. Tobe, you were the most recent finisher. Any last thing you want to say to the viewers before you go?
Okay, and I'm back.
To all the new players, just hang in there and keep trying, and eventually you'll get the hang of it.
Excellent advice. Thank you very much. All right, hey, if you're still hanging out, any last words before going into week 3?
Just keep on keeping on, and you know, if you like what you saw, come join us. You know, as much as the game is kind of mean to us, well, we're all kind of nice.
I like to think so.
We got Kate here. It's fun.
Yeah. Luffy, any final thoughts from you?
No, just like I said earlier, thank you everybody for pitching in tonight and doing this. Thank you to Groggy for joining me and to the runners for running. GG's everybody. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, special shout outs again to RPG Limit Break for hosting us, Dark Moon for the restream, DVS who had the jet for tracking. This is a hard one to track treasure hunt with 4-person entrance shuffle. That is a lot, so thank you, DVS. It has been a real pleasure. Thanks, Greg, for asking me back to commentate. I had a blast. This was a lot of fun. Looking forward to more races. We do have a lot more coming up as well, so join the Discord, head to our website, FinalFantasyRandomizer.com, and we will see you very soon. Have a great day.